It's with an extremely heavy heart that I dedicate this episode to a Mr. Robin Williams. Do I have the power or the authority to dedicate this episode? I don't know. But, um, yeah, man, it's tough when people you really admire die. And I'm not just talking about celebrities, because whether he was a celebrity or not a celebrity, if I got to know him as an individual, it would have been a wonderful thing. But it just seems like the person that I saw seemed like a pretty cool guy. But this isn't, just about him. It's about his acting too for me. I remember watching him in Mork and Mindy growing up when I was a kid, and I thought that was the craziest show. I remember I think it was the second season, they end up introducing their kid. Somehow their kid shows up in another egg, and it's this big, grown, overweight man in a diaper. Um, but I remember watching a lot of his stand-up. I always thought he was really good, a little over the top. Especially during the cocaine days, he was just wired. He's somebody that did not ever need to do that. It's incredibly sad though. He's been in some of my favorite movies ever. Go back and watch my top 20 or whatever movies, but well, obviously Good Will Hunting, Patch Adams. I love that movie. What Dreams May Come. I can't remember the name of it. What Dreams May Come, I believe it is. I can't remember. Jumanji, Aladdin, and ultimately one of my absolute favorite top 5 movies of all time is The Fisher King. He played a phenomenal role in that, as did Jeff Bridges rather. And I think it was at that point in my life I started looking a little bit closer at the things that I had seen in the past about him, different movies that I'd watched with him. But he always draws out the emotion in me. Like, yes, he's funny. He can play silly characters. I mean, I never liked movies like Mrs. Doubtfire. I did like Jumanji. I thought he played a really cool role in that. And the one where he was working at the film, developing the film, he had blonde hair, I think, in it. That was the weirdest thing. I don't know why they chose to go that route. That was good. That was really good too. But Fisher King, he plays this character. Spoiler alerts. That his wife and him, or maybe it's his wife, I believe, meet at a restaurant on their anniversary. And a guy comes in and blows the back of her brains out all over his face, basically. And oddly enough, the DJ that was on the radio was talking to the killer, and did nothing to dissuade him from doing anything. That's Jeff Bridges' character. And both of them deserved any kind of reward they could get for that movie. That movie was phenomenal. The way they acted together, the way they acted individually, that was, in my opinion, the best role that Robin Williams ever played, was the Fisher King. I just feel like he brought it all to the table. There's humor in it, and there's a lot of seriousness in it, and he's just crazy, but crazy in a sad way. But it's done so well. If you've never seen The Fisher King, it's my recommendation of the next 3 days. Robin Williams will be, in my opinion, missed. He hasn't done a lot of things that I liked. I started watching his show, and it wasn't good. It just did nothing for me. But from what I understand, he battled depression. I imagine getting canceled. Like, you've been doing these blockbuster movies for years, and suddenly you find yourself doing nothing but, like, kids' movies or something, and then you're offered a show, which I've always felt in Hollywood well, not like I would know, but I always felt like, TV was definitely a step below movies. Not anymore so much. So many big actors are coming back to TV because they get to take on a reoccurring role for however many seasons it occurs or whatever, whatnot. But yeah, I was really depressed to hear that in the news today. The sad thing is, I turned on the news just so that I could see if there was something I could talk about tonight. And I would trade anything in the world to not have seen this news tonight and had to be talking about it. Not like I have to talk about it, but it's what I want to talk about because he leaves such a legacy of film. I mean, I don't know about his personal life. Like I said, maybe he was the worst person in the world. I have no idea. But from everything I saw him in, he just seemed like a wacky, wild guy, just crazy, over the top, constantly joking. I don't know. I feel so bad. Leslie Nielsen, when he died, I felt affected by that. But there's not a lot of actors that, when they die, it'll have a huge effect on me. But there are those that have touched me through their film in such a way that, like, I feel connected to them. And I think that's what makes a celebrity. Not the fact that they're making movies, not the fact that they're making millions of dollars, but they have a talent to reach out and touch you. Does it deserve the amount of pay they get? I don't know. Maybe not so much. It's entertainment. But that's not the point. The point is that we'll never see another Robin Williams film again. He'll never voice Aladdin again. Or not Aladdin, but the genie again. Like, not like I expected him to either, but you never know with these reboots and things coming back after 20, 30 years. Another thing that kind of... They're saying it's an apparent suicide, or they think it's a suicide. I'm not going to touch on that. I didn't know him personally. I guess he was suffering from depression, and I guess the family has asked for privacy. So hopefully the press gives them that and doesn't haunt them everywhere they go. It's really sad. It's just, that sucks about it. Depression. He had depression. Depression's a rough thing. Like, I think it's finally coming to light that it's an issue. It's not just like a state of mind that people are making up because they're in a bad mood or something. You know what I mean? Like, they've come to realize, I think, over the last 10, 15 years, finally, that, depression is a disease, and it hurts. I've never been clinically diagnosed with depression. I think I know how it feels, though. Like, there have been a few things in my life. There's that video that I've always talked about, I've never put up here. I'll put it up eventually, called Sad. And it's just filled with hate and anger and rage and sadness and depression. And it kind of gives you a real other side of me. I don't know. I don't know if I want it to see the light of day. Like, anywho, I just bring that up because I'm in a dour mood tonight after hearing about Robin Williams. Suicide, though, I have to say, unless it's linked to depression, anybody who kills himself is wasting something, whether it be a chance at a better tomorrow or something like that. I've always felt like I feel for the families of people who have committed suicide. I feel for the people who are suffering so bad that they feel like they have to, but I just don't know why we as a society, we don't see it more often and are able to get our hands on it more often. We're so distracted and so blinded by, or blinded from emotion, I should say. Like, what did I say? There's a statistic. I think it's like 8 out of every 10 suicides said if just someone had acknowledged them that day, they never would have done it. Failed suicides, obviously. That's so sad, man. Just somebody say, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's a nice shirt. That's all they need. Just to not, put the bullet in their head or whatever. I don't know. I wish we could do more about that. I wish it was kind of like a disease that you could see. Like, when someone's depressed, like, I wish you could... I mean, I guess if you're looking for it, you can see it, but... maybe their face gets splotchy or something. Sorry. So, this one is for you, Mr. Robin Williams. Wherever you may be, or not be. Hope it hurts a little bit less now. That's all I gotta say. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. I don't know if I'll do another one tonight. Maybe I'll play a song or something. But, yeah, really depressing news, sad, and makes me really sad. So, I hope you guys are having a great day. Or you've had a better day than, unless you're a huge Robin Williams fan. And in that case, you probably feel it too. Anyway, have a great night. try to make somebody smile tomorrow. Make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today. And let's make the world spin a little bit happier together so that maybe the next Robin Williams won't kill himself. Yeah. I'm Jason Oliver. This is The Road to 40, and I'll see you a little bit further on down the road.